Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Take me to the king. Truth is, I'm tired. Good evening. Options are few. I'm trying to pray, but where are you? Come on in. Come on in. I'm all churched out, hurt and abused. I can't fake what's left to do. Truth is, I'm weak. Good evening. Come in, tag, share. No tears to cry, even if I try. But still my soul refuses to die. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. One touch will change my life. Take me to welcome. I don't have much to bring. My heart's torn in pieces. It's my offering. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. Good evening. Good evening. Leave me there alone to gaze upon your glory. Thank you for joining me on this evening. I'm going to start momentarily. Just let some others get on. And this video will be left up so people can go back and watch it. To stop playing these games. We need a word for the people's pain. Come on, we need a word for the people's pain. People are going through. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday, you guys. Welcome. Tag and share if you have not. Invite someone if you haven't. Take me to the king. Don't have much to bring. My heart's torn to pieces. It's my offering. Come on in, and let these words just speak to your spirit. Speak to your mind. Well, welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. I am your host. I am your facilitator. I am your purpose pusher coach. I'm Dr. Perkins, Dr. P, Coach L, Coach P. Some of you you use different things that you call me. For those of you who are new, this is Wisdom Wednesday. Wisdom Wednesdays are just small segments that I come on and typically do just briefly to provide words of wisdom, words of encouragement, words of comfort, words of guidance. It is just a time where I just come and provide small nuggets to help someone, even if it's not but just one person. I am doing and fulfilling my assignment. And so on tonight, I want to come and share with you. And if you see the title, it says it's okay not to be okay. And I want to really expound on that because I want you to really understand what that means. I want you to really feel some of the things that I'm about to tell you. I want you to really digest that it is okay not to be okay. It is okay not to go around and act like that you have it all together and you're hurting inside and you're seeking and you're moving in silence and you're suffering in silence. And what I mean by moving in silence, people thinking is one way, but it actually isn't. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to think that you have to be this strong individual all the time. I don't know if some of you remembered a few weeks ago when I talked about the encourager needs to be encouraged too. See, what's going on in this season is there are a lot of people, especially with everything that's going on in the nation, stuff going on. We still in a pandemic because it's not over. The pandemic is not over. There is another variant as we speak that is out. It's not over. And as much as we want to get back to normality, as much as we want to go back to the norm, as much as we may want things to look like it used to be, it never will. And so we have to accept what was isn't anymore and accept what is and try to fit and try to maneuver in what is now. No more thinking about how it used to be. Some of those things can bring stressors in itself. There are people who are stressed out and they don't know which way to turn. They're holding so many things in because they don't want to look to be looked upon, because they have this thing with is if I'm not okay, then I'm gonna be talked about. If I'm not okay and I'm serving in these roles, then I'm not gonna be able to do those roles anymore because they're gonna sit me down, or people are gonna start looking at me this way. If I show that I'm not okay on my job, people, I'm not gonna get this promotion, or it's gonna my the people who are under me, or they're going to look at me and try to take advantage of my superiors. They're going to be, when my evaluation comes or whatever the case may be, thinking about everything else besides yourself and your well-being. I know that I've been sharing some things and been on some panel talks and just talking a lot about mental health, and it's important. You got people who are going and killing. I'm talking about going on killing sprees. I'm talking about going because they feel like they don't have nothing else to live for. They're depressed, they're stressed. And many don't understand that it is okay not to be okay. It is okay to let people know that you're hurting, the right people. It is okay to seek help. Parents, it is okay to reach out when your child is having a slam fit and you don't know what to do, or they're wayward, or they're turning to the streets, or they're turning to addictions. It's okay to ask for help. In this day and age, we have a lot of youth that are raising themselves because, as number one, some parents are not taking accountability. And it's okay. People ask me, like, you don't want no more kids, you don't want no more. No, I do not want any more kids. I do not want any more kids. For one, my both of my children are grown. Number two, as blessed as I am to have the children that I had, and I miscarried before my son. I miscarried twins. So as good as much as I love my children, and as much as parenting and being a mother is rewarding, it has been, especially in the past, and having a child early and not knowing and this, that, and the other, it's been traumatic as well. It's been a lot of sacrificing that I had to do when they were younger. It's been a lot of things that I had to maneuver and to change and to do, so no, I don't want any more children. And even though, people always talk about where they can afford children, they can do this. Having a child is much more than being able to afford them. They have to be nurtured, they have to be loved, they have to be guided, they have to be taught. And we're dealing with, in this age, the lack of children that are being taught correctly. Because why? You have parents that want to be in the streets, parents that, they may be real young, or their parents may be dealing with addiction, or they may have not had their mother or their father in their life, so they don't know. And they utilize their bodies, to want to be loved. If I have this child, then he or she will stay with me. If I have this child and get this girl pregnant, then she will always. And that's not so. So we're having children to come into this world not only the wrong way, but not with the structure of parenting that needs to be. It's much more than clothes. It's much more than having clothes and wearing the finest. It's much more than that. It's much more than your child knowing all the rap songs and all of that. It's much more than that. And so when I tell you that, if even as parents, we don't have it all together, as my children are grown, and I'm still, you find out the older they get, the more parenting that you have to do. Why? Because they're old enough to make their own decisions. But if you raise them up and train them up the way that they should go, even if they get a little wayward, they're going to come back because they know the foundational pieces that have been bestowed in them. So even as parents, there are a lot of children, they're quitting, they're dropping out of school, they're fighting against their parents, they're joining gangs and different things. It's okay to be okay and ask someone for help, but you got to make sure, even with getting that help, that you are accepting of, you are part of the problem. You're a part of the problem. Oh, we were cute when Johnny and Sarah were growing up, and and they getting engaging in this and getting. Then when they went through them elementary years, you still didn't have boundaries. You still didn't set boundaries for your children. And so the older they got, the lax and boundaries they had. Then you try to start when it was in middle school, sweetheart. It's too late. It's too late. It's too late. And no, a lot of people, that's a whole nother thing, dealing with, punishment and how this, that, and the other. It's okay as parents to say, listen, I need help. As leaders in church communities, as leaders in the faith-based community that lead church, it's okay. We're not perfect. You don't have it all together as well. You need to be strengthened as well. You need to be restored as well. You still have areas that you may be dealing with as well. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to seek help by trustworthy individuals. It's definitely okay. Instead of bleeding out on your congregation, instead of bleeding out and hurting the people that are coming to get help and coming to be restored and coming to get delivered, it is okay to not be okay and to seek help. And if you find yourself in a place, leaders, that you know that you're not okay because you're battling some things, I encourage you to sit down and allow someone else that is gifted, that is able to do some things for you so that you can rest. That song that I just played by Tamala Mann, it all deals with resting. It all deals with when you're going through pains and the pains of the world and different things, where that you need to turn your attention to. Taking your thoughts, your body, your mind, your soul to the King. You don't have anything else to bring but you. You don't need to bring no fancy cars. You don't need to bring no all this money. He's not concerned about those things. He's concerned about us being whole. He's concerned about us being healthy. He's concerned about us being delivered. He's concerned about our hearts. It's okay not to be okay, but to seek wise counsel. It's okay if you're a leader in an organization and your staff members are running you crazy, and you feel the weight of these decisions and the stuff that's going on, and you don't have a lot of people are quitting because they're seeing that their employees are not valuing, they don't value their employees. So you wonder why people are quitting, don't want to work. It's not that they don't want to work. It is since this pandemic, people, that the employees, they see they value, and the employers don't understand, a lot of them, how to value who they have. So they're losing some of the good ones and they're gaining some of the sorry ones. Everybody wants to be appreciated and to feel like they matter and to feel like they are part. So we're in a place now where there's a crisis when it comes to people that want to work. That's when you go back to the table and say, listen, I'm not okay. What do I need to do to change some of the things that it is going on within this organization? Because it's not the employees. It goes with the leaders. You cannot think that individuals are going to be productive and do this, that, if you don't value them. Cost of living is high, so you can't keep charging people. You giving them minimum wage $7.25, And you're thinking that no, when they can go and be an entrepreneur and create this product and have this going on over here, and you think and you think that $7.25 and they have 3 4 kids, even if they're by themselves, they're senior citizen, it's expensive. So even as leaders within an organization, it's okay not to be okay, but it's wise for you to go and seek counseling for strategic planning. Go and sit down and have some people on your board to make some appropriate decision making, because there's some things that can be changed. It makes no sense that the administrators, the leaders may be going with 6 figure, they having all this, and then the employees, they barely a week bringing home $400. That makes no sense. Rent is high now. The housing market, the rent market. I mean, you see some places 3 bedrooms is $1,700. Who? So that means the crisis for homelessness is going to go up. It's okay not to be okay. We don't have it all together. And we have to stop acting like that we do and be able to reach out to people that we trust, not just lottie-dottie in anybody, but reach out to people that we trust. Even if that person is unfamiliar, stop trying to do things yourself. Stop thinking that you're on an island by yourself. A lot of times you're on the island by yourself because you seclude yourself. It's okay to let people know, listen, I got to rest this weekend. My phone gonna be shut down, because sometimes that phone, and let me tell you, everybody can't get a hold of me. I'm not on the, I don't even barely talk on the phone anyway. You would think I do, but I don't. Not at all. But we gotta understand that there's certain things that we have to do for our own mental. Yes, it's okay not to be okay. Guess what? Today, my head has been hurt all day. And it's fine. I own that. One of my best friends reached out to me about walking this evening. And not walking, doing some exercise. And right now, not tonight. I had to take a rain check. Why? Because I'm not okay. My head is hurting. And I understand some different things that I need to do after I'm going to eat. I'm going to rest. And it's not because I've been so busy, this, that, and the, I don't know if it's the pollen or whatever it is. I'm going to take care of myself. And I understand that it's okay not to be okay. Although some people may think that I'm Superwoman, they maybe think you Superwoman or Superman. Sometimes even Superwoman has to rest. Superman, you have to rest. Some of y'all are working on a few hours of sleep every day. That's not good for your body. It makes you gain weight. It makes you stress. You can't even think appropriately. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to be your true self and not walk around and act like you got everything together and you're burning and you're hurting inside. It's okay that whenever you are afflicted and you know that stuff hurts, to cry. I promise you that it's okay not to be okay. What is not okay is for you to battle these things alone and not get some of these frustrations out and not get you the help that you may possibly need, because you're afraid of what people are going to say. You're afraid of being looked upon differently, or you may be afraid of whatever the case may be. That's what is not okay. A wise man or woman seeks counsel. That's using wisdom. And we have to understand that there will be times that we have to shut it down. And that's part of it's not being okay. Stop allowing people to determine your mood, how you respond, if you're going to respond. What I mean, if you're going through some things, don't let people determine how you feel and what steps you're going to take so that you can be okay. Because what happens is, if you don't check what may be going through on the inside, it's going to eventually come out one way or the other. So be truthful with yourself. Let people know when you need a break, or when you're not okay, or when you need some help. Stop acting like that you can do all and you are. It don't work that way. My expertise is in certain things, and when it gets outside my expertise, I consult with other individuals that is their expertise, that gets that weight off me. I don't have to deal with, tell them what I need and what I want, or a lot of times I give them the information that they may need and leave it up to them, because I'm not the creative one. I don't. That's not my area. With coming up with creative stuff, especially when it comes to my businesses. I have the thoughts, the words, or whatever. I have the visual, and I give it to my designer, my marketer, and allow God to expand His gift, because that's what it is. It frees me up. It frees my mind. It frees my thoughts. It freezes me up. That it frees that I don't have to worry about that. And then see, that's the problem. Sometimes we don't want to let go of some things because it can be controlled. We can, have a spirit of being controlling, or thinking that we know everything and we don't. So I don't mind if it's out of my area. So and so can do that. This, that, and the other. Well, how about yeah, connecting. But I wanted to come out tonight to tell you that it's okay not to be okay. It is okay not to be okay. It's okay to seek help. It's okay to know that you don't have it all together. None of us do. It is okay. It is okay. Let me tell you one thing that God wants us to be. He wants us to be at peace. He wants us to be at peace. And with that being at peace, we have to trust in Him. Lean into Him. Get and find rest in Him. I wanted just to come out this evening just to tell you that it's okay not to be okay. But what is not okay is for you reaching out and seeking the help that you may need without you filtering and communicating everything that you're going through and getting the release that you need. That's what's not okay, because that causes stress and other things. So I encourage you on this evening to understand and to own that it's okay not to be okay. However, if you're going through, if you're in a bad place, if you're in a valley, if you're about to explode because you have a lot of things that are going on and you just need someone to talk to, reach out to someone. Reach out to me. I'm a coach and I'm a mentor with some other things, but I can help you, or I will make sure I link you to what you need to assist you in your need. But don't suffer alone in silence. Do not suffer alone in silence. I am here, and there are others that are here as well. You do not have to suffer in silence. You do not have to feel ashamed, or this, that, and the other, because we are human. We all are. We all go through. We may go through different ways, but we all have life to happen. So do not feel like that you're by yourself. It's okay not to be okay. I'm glad God allowed, even with my headache, because this has been something that has really been touched strong, not only in my spirit, but different people have been. It's just a lot going on, and it's been going that way for a minute. And God cares about us, and He loves us, and I care about you. And many of you I don't know, but the love of God allows me. I don't have to know you. I love His people. And I don't want nobody to suffer in vain. Not when there's resources and different things that are out. So even if you just need to talk, to reach out to someone. It's okay not to be okay. However, It's not okay for you not to be okay and not seek help. I bid God speed and blessings, and may He rest upon you on this evening. May you be well in all areas of your life. Until next time on Wisdom Wednesday, I will see you soon. Have a happy, blessed resurrection week. Be safe. Be safe. And until next time.